Yo, you want to debate? Yeah. What's the topic? Give me your defense and your logic. We can talk the Warriors or the Rockets, but if it's LeBron's the GOAT, stop it. Stop. Tune in every week and catch us on the podcast, but don't get mad at me if I tell you that your squad's trash. We hitting everything hard from these fighters that just got smashed. The players getting waived who came up and who just got cash. We talking firings, hiring streaks by Ironman. Whose team's acquiring, who's done and who's retiring. Who you're admiring, players you find inspiring. College athletes aspiring and contracts that's inspiring.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the podcast, the Playmakers Lounge Podcast. I am your host, something, hit the keys. Here today with some near and dear friends of mine. Y'all may know them. First one, got my man, Hijack Gaming. Say what up to the people, Hijack.
What up, what up? How y'all doing?
Also got my man, Ricky. Say what up to the people, Ricky.
Welcome back. Hey, welcome back.
We've been gone for a couple weeks. I'll take the blame. I guess what an Akon say, just put the blame on me. I've been moving, so, we didn't have the internet at the old house anymore. It was over at the new house, so, shit happens. It's my fault. I'll take the responsibility. But we're back. We got some fire topics today. We're coming off the cuff like we've been doing lately. So before we get into talking about football or basketball trades or Tiger Woods playing golf this weekend, let's bring it to the fire topic that we was talking about in the group today. So out of these three choices, Jay brought the survey. What would you rather be? Would you rather be win 3 championships as a role player? Would you rather be a star that won a ring late in your career? Or would you rather be a Hall of Famer, GOAT type player without a ring? I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Jay.
I think I don't know. I think I'd want at least one ring. So I guess I'll take the star with the ring just because, I am competitive and I do want to win. And it would bug the hell out of me to be Dan Marino. You know what I mean? So, I got to at least give my one win in there.
So I got a question to caveat this topic though. So when you say star, it means you're at the end of your career and you're traveling to get a ring.
Yeah.
You didn't really make a difference in winning that one ring.
Right.
That's just like you can go buy a ring for real. Like that's pretty much what you're doing at towards the end of your career. I understand you having that and saying you're a champion, but if you don't put effort to it, so I just rather me personally have a Hall of Fame career where I got all the accolades behind my name that say I did this. I just didn't have the team to help. I didn't have the front office to help. I didn't have the market to help or whatever that is. So that's how I feel about it. I understand how you may feel with just being a star and having that ring, but I don't. The ring wouldn't make me no difference if I didn't make a difference with it.
The ring is, for the validation, and then it's validation plus you also, I would want that moment. You know what I'm saying? I would want to be able to say that I played on the biggest stage and won on the biggest stage. You know what I mean? Take Cam for example. You got there and you lost, but at least you can say you got there. But I don't know, if he'd have got that one ring, wouldn't be worried about it.
Here's my thing. I'd rather have the Hall of Fame career. And this is why. Because A, that means I was a better player than the star. That means I was a better player than the role player. So me personally, I was a better player. But most importantly, that means I secured the bag for my family and for generations to come. So when you're thinking about it, we lost Ricky for a second, but when you think about it, would you rather be a Hall of Fame player who was making $50 million a year, or just a star who was making between $25 to $30 million a year? I'd rather have that extra $20 million a year. That's worth more than a ring. And I feel like people in society work jobs to try to make the most amount of money that you possibly can. But then when we look at athletes, we hold athletes to a different standard. If you're going to go to work and you have the option to make the most money, be in the middle, or make the least amount of money, 90% of people are going to choose to make the most amount of money they possibly can. So we hold athletes to a different standard, and we expect for athletes to put a ring over making more money when at the end of the day, it's just a job. It's the career that they chose. We at home watching them try to put our expectations on them as to what they should do with their career, and I feel like that's bogus. Secure the fucking bag and take care of generations to come. That's the most important thing.
The money is now. I don't think that I think an athlete's first contract is enough to secure for multiple generations. Them just blowing that money, that's different. But if we just talking about like being a legend in your sport or your profession or whatever, I just don't think that being a regular star is just, and then being a star and then running to a team, running to LeBron to get you a ring. I don't think that's just cool, especially when you sat on the bench for the whole time. Like Alonzo Mourning did it. Like Alonzo Mourning, Gary Payton, like those guys really, they got rings.
Well,
they're Hall of Fame players, but I mean, those are Hall of Fame players, but at the same time, they ring really don't hold a lot of weight to me.
Well, Alonzo, you can't hold Alonzo's against him because he went back to the Heat. So it's like he went back to a team that at that point in time, he was arguably the greatest player in that franchise's history at that point in time. So, obviously D-Wade took over that slot, but before Wade took over that slot, Alonzo was the greatest player in Heat history. So him going back there and winning a ring, that one's okay. That one, because that's where he got his biggest name from.
He still got a ring no matter what. Gary Payton still got a ring no matter what, right. But he played no part in it, so it really don't matter to me.
He was D'ing up on Dirk.
But you don't have to necessarily go as a, like at the end of your career to just be a sixth man somewhere. Like, what if you just have to go play second fiddle? Like, what if you have to be Kyrie? You know what I'm saying? And you need Braun to come get you that ring. You know what I'm saying? And you continue to be a star player. And
but Kyrie was solidified.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he helped win that ring. So his ring is not. He ain't got no asterisk on that ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there doesn't have to be that situation where you're Tracy McGrady signing with the Spurs, trying to get one. Like, you could just be where, we got LeBron for a year, or even maybe you just had that one MVP season that you got it done. But you know what I mean?
But see, that's a little different. If you're like talking about like Kyrie, because Kyrie's still going to be like a Hall of Fame player. So I'm taking it as a tier under Hall of Fame, because it's just regular star, tier under Hall of Fame, role player, Hall of Fame player. So if I had the chance to be the top of the food chain, I'm taking the top of the food chain because I'm a better player. Just because my team didn't win doesn't mean my career wasn't good and that I wasn't a better player. I'd rather be the best player that I could possibly be. And then with that wealth thing, I get what you're saying, Ricky. Like, you make a lot of money with your first contract, but think about it like this. When you look at billionaire families and stuff like that, they're not just satisfied making that first million or that first 100 million. They're trying to secure bags so they could be like Heinz family, where like they got money from slavery, that's where their family first got money from, but they kept investing and it come down and down and down. Now they own the Steelers, they own this $1 billion football team, they own this $1 billion company, and that's what I would inspire to do if I was an NBA player. I would inspire to make that $50 million a year versus the $20 million, so that I can secure generations and generations and generations and generations. So like my grandkids, my great grandkids can be billionaires versus just be millionaires.
Sounds good, but once you dead, you cannot control none of that shit. So,
yeah, but
you can put them in the right position and then be good. But
right. If you teach
like
them,
I said, that first, just think about Steph Curry's contract, or even just think about anybody's contract. Like Patrick Mahomes, for instance. Motherfucker just got $500 million for his first contract.
This dude owns part of a baseball team.
So like that contract, he's good for the rest of his life, for the multiple generations life.
Right.
So with that being, even though he got he got a chip now already, but that's here no there. I say, so at the end of his career, you know what I'm saying, and we be like, he go run into, I don't know, New England, when New England get good again, some shit, you know what I'm saying, and go sit behind somebody and play like Peyton Manning did.
But
with Denver on his last one.
But he's a Hall of Famer, so that's a little different. It's like saying, would you rather be Dan Marino?
No, I'm just saying what he did. I'm just saying what he did.
What I'm saying is, would you rather be Dan Marino or Joe Flacco?
Okay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be Dan Marino. I'd rather be Dan Marino because Joe Flacco was, borderline star there for a while. But I would much rather be Dan Marino. Who wants to go down being Joe Flacco?
I mean, we arguing the same thing. We both would not take the Hall of Fame route. Right. I'm just saying, like, I was trying to understand the star point of view.
Right. Or would you
able to say it's the more for the competitive side where you can be like, all right, I won at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, I got a Super Bowl, or I won the finals, or I won the World Series, whatever it is. You got that forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not get remembered as a player. Like, Joe Flacco ain't gonna get remembered as a player, but he's always gonna have that Super Bowl. So he'll get remembered as
Jared
a
Dudley.
Super Bowl
Jared Dudley sitting here without winning championship. Him and Quinn Cook, them motherfuckers ain't see the finals. They didn't touch the court.
So you'd be like, I always won that Super Bowl. But Dan Marino will always be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He'll always have an MVP.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're both going to go into the history books, just different ways.
Right. But who's more memorable?
Oh, Marino, of course.
Exactly. And don't you want your legacy to be remembered? Isn't that why you do this?
But for a person, personal, I guess you said, but it was you as a person. The question was like, you as a person, would you rather? Right. So your legacy. So obviously, some people's legacy don't give a fuck about it. Give me a fucking chip.
I would want to have a win under my belt. That's because I would feel personally like I didn't fucking get the job done. If I
still didn't get the job done. If you paid no point on that team,
I got the job done.
Yo, this is what killed me about the whole poll though, was that the leading in the poll was people were like, I would rather be a role player with 3 championship rings. Y'all motherfuckers are dumb. You'd rather make $10 million. You know what I'm saying? You'd rather make $10 million a year sitting on a bench than making $50 million a year. Like, that's the dumbest shit. Like, y'all aren't even competitive.
I can go to fucking Jostens and get me a ring made.
Right. Like those people, people who say I would rather be a role player and get 3 rings aren't competitive. They're not competitive like they think they're competitive because their mind state isn't competitive like that. You'd rather sit on the bench and get some easy rings than try to compete for them.
Well, right now the star player is the one that's winning.
Oh, okay.
6 votes. And then role player has 16, and then Hall of Famer has 11.
See, earlier it was the other way around. It was like, I don't think that the role players got any more votes. It was like 16 to like 9 to like 6 or something earlier when I looked at it. But anyway.
When I first made it, there was nobody on Hall of Fame for a while. I was like, damn, did I put a bad one on there?
Yeah, I seen that shit. And I was like, I'd rather be great. I'd rather be considered, one of the best.
Charles Barkley.
Right. Or
Charles Barkley.
Or Allen Iverson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, Allen Iverson's still a top 4 shooting guard of all time. And I don't feel like if he won a ring, he moves up the list. No, I don't think he passes D Wade, Kobe, or Michael Jordan if he wins a ring. Like Karl Malone's still, the second. I think he's the 3rd best power forward of all time, and I think Charles Barkley's the 2nd best power forward of all time. But
who's number 1?
What if
Tim Duncan? Timmy? What's that?
I said, what if he had the same amount of rings as D Wade? Because D Wade got multiple. Like if they had the same amount of rings, like would you still go Wade over Iverson?
That's a hard one.
My favorite player, so I would definitely go Wade over Iverson.
That's a hard one because I try to look at the whole picture. So like, Dwayne Wade was a defensive beast. He got robbed of some all defensive teams. You know what I'm saying? But he was a defensive monster.
Iverson was too. He had steals for days.
Yeah, but steals.
He played the passing lane.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah. It's not like Allen Iverson's going to get on Jordan and lock him up or lock up Kobe. He's not guarding anybody on the ball like that because he's too small. So for the position that he played, he just wasn't the defender that Dwayne Wade was. And I'm a huge Iverson fan.
Dwayne Wade lead guards and blocks.
Right. He's one of the best.
I love when guards get blocks, man.
Right. So I think if he gets the same amount of rings, that one's a hard one because Iverson's got an MVP. Wade doesn't, but Wade's a better overall player.
He got a Finals MVP.
Yeah,
Iverson doesn't.
But if Iverson won 4 titles, he probably would have had a Finals MVP.
He didn't. So we talking about what he got. And
he for sure would have had a Finals MVP.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
He was everything they had.
Because he lit Kobe's ass up, and nobody really makes it seem like that. They'd be like, oh, well, they put Kobe on him to stop. Kobe didn't stop Allen Iverson. The 76ers didn't have nobody else scoring no points.
Right.
Like they had a roster. Nobody besides Iverson has a career average of 10 points per game or higher on that roster. Not even Dikembe. His is like 9.5. So it's like you didn't have any scorers on the team.
Eric Snow.
Iverson never had
Aaron McKee,
Dikembe Mutombo,
Derek Coleman. That team was trash. You know what I'm saying? Like that team was straight trash. It was straight cheeks.
How you gonna dog Eric Snow like that, man?
Eric Snow.
Straight cheeks, dog. Eric
and he
Snow,
had Mutombo, man. What you mean?
but Mutombo couldn't score no points. You know, straight cheeks. You know, I mean, offensively, they were nice. They were a solid defensive roster, but shit, you got to play defense if you can't put the ball in the basket, right? You know what I'm saying? Eric Snow can barely make a layup wide open, so he better be able to lock somebody up on defense.
They just put all the scoring on Iverson and like, all right, guys, nothing but role players and Iverson. Here you go.
Right.
I don't even know how they made it through. I don't know how they made it to the finals. It's crazy.
Because Iverson was balling. He was dropping 50 pieces on teams in the playoffs. You remember when he played Vince Carter that year, and they was dropping 50 and 40 pieces every other game,
back to back.
Right.
Looking legendary.
But I feel like the team that should have made the finals that year, and you can call me crazy if you want to, that would have given the Lakers some kind of competition, would have been the Milwaukee Bucks if they could have got by Philadelphia, because they matched up well with the Lakers. With Ray Allen, Sam Cassell was cold at the time, big dog Glenn Robb. So they had a team full of people who could score points. They put points on the board, but Philly's defense just locked them up.
That fucking Lakers team, bro, almost ran the table.
Yeah, they lost every game except for that one game to Iverson. Yeah,
right. Iverson
had to step over Lou one time,
yeah.
Like, bitch.
That'll go down as one of the greatest plays in the history of the NBA. That's like, you remember how we were talking about Travis Henry last week, or the last podcast, how Josh Norman's going to be on every poster? Yeah. How Josh Norman's going to be on every poster? Yo, you know how many times Josh Norman had to see himself get stiff-armed going into the Thursday Night Football commercials with Derrick Henry in them last week? Dude, I seen a commercial every half hour with Josh Norman getting stiff-armed. That was Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, that was him for a while.
Tyronn Lue, boy that got dunked on by DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
But Tyronn Lue, like
that was his All-Star year when he was doing that. That's the crazy part about it. He was getting dunked on by everybody. Like he was getting crossed up. He was dunked on. That shit was bad. Yeah. I think what's his name?
Brandon Knight.
Yeah.
Dude, R.I.P. And then the memes on him were fire, dude. It was just like, I see dead people, and then it's Brandon Knight laid out on the ground. I don't even know, why would you jump? You're 6'2". DeAndre Jordan is 6'10", and he is built for tough. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So like, built like a truck. You know, I don't know why you try to block that. You know,
they had the one when he got crossed up by Kyrie twice. He failed twice. Yeah.
He got crossed by Kyrie in the fucking All-Star game.
Yeah, that one too. Dang.
Yeah.
Damn.
Brandon Knight had a promising career. I remember when Brandon Knight got drafted.
He was an All-Star.
Right. I remember when he got drafted. I thought Cleveland should have drafted him until Kyrie came out balling. Because at first I was like, man, if Cleveland drafted, I can't remember what that draft was, but then they drafted Derek Williams or some scrub ass dude. What was that dude's name from Arizona? Was it Derek Williams?
It was Derek Williams. I don't believe Cleveland drafted him though.
Yeah, they drafted Kyrie and Derek Williams. They had like the first and like the third pick or something like that. They had two draft picks in the top 5. And they drafted him instead of whoever else. But I was like, man, if they drafted I can't even remember anymore. Shit. Everybody in that draft was a bust but Kyrie, so
yeah, Derek Williams, he went to Minnesota. He got drafted by Minnesota.
Who did they draft in? It was some scrub that they drafted instead of they drafted some big man who ended up being a scrub and didn't play in the league very long.
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of who you're talking about off the top of my head though.
He was a scrub just like Derek Williams, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I can't remember him anymore, is because he was a freaking scrub. But So I guess let's transition into that. There's been all kinds of shit going on in basketball since they opened up the trading, or I guess off season. What you guys think about Drew Holiday going to the Bucks for Eric Bledsoe and George Hill and some draft picks?
They are giving everything to keep Giannis.
Right.
Because they gave way too much for Holiday.
Yo, it's like
way too much for Holiday.
Holiday and Bledsoe are like the Spider-Man meme, looking at each other. They're almost the same.
Exactly.
They're almost the same person.
Exact same person.
Holiday can shoot better. Yeah, Holiday can shoot better. He's about the same defense. Maybe he's a little better, but they're about the same.
I don't think it is a shooting better. I think that's what it is.
Right.
Motherfuckers even built the same. Like,
Yo, and he's Bledsoe's a year older, so it's like they are literally the same person. But
then they gave him and like first round picks too.
Yeah, 2 first round picks, and they gave up. We got 10 minutes left, and they gave up George Hill. I guess George Hill is old, so it doesn't really matter.
George Hill just a throw in. They're gonna buy him out, and he gonna be a free agent anyway.
Did you see? And then they went and got Bogdanovich today too.
Yeah, see, they got Bogdanovich. They own win now because they know this their opportunity because it's Giannis last year.
Right. So they went all in. I mean, I kind of like the moves. I guess I can't complain. I mean, if Drew Holiday and Bogdanovich can get it done, then it, obviously, it pans out.
And you still got Middleton and Giannis.
Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez.
Is that enough for you to stay though? If you're Giannis,
say again.
I said, if you're Giannis, is that enough for you to stay?
After this year, we'll find out.
Right.
Because they got in the fucking first round, second round.
Right.
Gone.
If they make the finals, I feel like that's enough to stay. But you have to look at what might happen if fucking the Brooklyn Nets get James Harden. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck do you do? Or if
that dude famous Loso, they had a 2K thing, 2K meme out. It's like they said it's gonna be the Brooklyn Nets. First they had motherfucking Kyrie just dribbling the ball real fast, just by himself, about 5 seconds. Then he passed the ball to somebody else. He dribbled the ball real fast to James Harden.
Dribble.
KD, he dribbled real fast and then shot the fucking ball. I like this.
Dribble.
Like a damn Nike commercial in fucking 2005.
Right.
If they can get that team together and it work out, that shit's gonna be scary.
Well, I guess today the report's coming out saying that Houston doesn't want to trade James Harden unless they get Kyrie back in return. Buy Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? Like, buy Kyrie. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You wouldn't trade Kyrie Irving for James Harden?
No.
Kyrie always gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, James Harden gonna play.
James Harden is a black hole with that ball too. He still got Kevin Durant on that team.
So is Kyrie.
Nah, I think Kyrie. He sat back before. Like, he was with LeBron, so I believe that taught him just a little bit to be able to play with another superstar. James Harden don't have that.
You don't think that James Harden could play with Kevin Durant again? Because they didn't have a problem before. I know it's not the same.
He came off the bench though too.
Right. I know it's not the same. But
James Harden wasn't James Harden then.
Yeah, but they still got
that's the big part right there. Is that?
I mean, they still got D'Antoni. He's still be playing in D'Antoni's system. So I got my nose is all whited out. You anyone tell me that? I'm looking extra light bright.
That's that light skin shit.
Right.
You beat me to it.
What about the Suns though? The Suns making moves.
Oh, Suns top 4 seed.
Wait. Before we go off of there, what are you doing with Westbrook with the Rockets? If you lose Harden, are you
Westbrook already gone? Yeah, Westbrook gone. They trading Westbrook.
He said he want to leave.
Right. So he's probably going to be. What it's looking like right now is Charlotte or the Knicks. But Jordan said he's not giving up the number 3 pick for West. I wouldn't either, though.
No, I don't know.
How do y'all feel about Westbrook? I want to know y'all opinion on Westbrook.
I feel like Westbrook needs to learn his role, and I don't know how it sounds. Like, I don't mean like he needs to take a back seat, but he needs to take a back seat. He needs if he would have he hasn't developed a jump shot. So he doesn't really have a good jumper, a good three. He always wants the ball in his hand. He wants to dribble. When his other players are hot, he doesn't like passing them the ball. So like they could have probably won some playoff series when he was Oklahoma City if he would have passed the ball. But when your point guard's taking 49 shots in the game 7 of a series, and you got Carmelo and Paul George, or when your point guards wants to not pass the ball in the fourth quarter and Paul George is 17 to 23. You gotta, he needs to learn how to be coached. He's not the type of player that can. He's not LeBron.
He's a great basketball player. Like on the park, he played like he's playing in the park.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he have team etiquette.
Right.
So I've never been a Westbrook fan. So, but he don't like those triple doubles where remember I telling y'all, man, we shit stat padding like a motherfucker.
Right.
So I never been a fan of his. I don't think he's not a winner.
Right.
Like you were saying earlier,
right. He's not a winner.
He's not a winner. But his numbers, he's gonna be a legend. Nobody gonna probably never do what he did.
Right. So there's another one. Well, I guess he's a Hall of Famer. Never mind. I'll leave that alone.
Nah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer. That motherfucker got 3 years back to back with triple double. He's going to first.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. I mean, I wouldn't even.
I say in basketball Hall of Fame is
hell yeah,
light work.
I don't even feel that though. I everybody says like the basketball Hall of Fame is trash because like random people get in. But the difference between the people who get in the Basketball Hall of Fame versus the NFL is that basketball is the 3rd most popular sport in the world, and it's a younger sport than football, hockey, baseball, golf. It's a younger sport than all those other sports. The reason why the sport is so big is because they let those people in from Europe who blow basketball up in Europe. Don't nobody watch football in Europe. Ain't nobody watching football in fucking Asia. Ain't nobody watching football in Africa. So it's like people. And that's people get into the Hall of Fame in the NBA because they've grown this sport from being this not popular sport that gets tape delayed. That in the 80s and the 80s they weren't even showing the finals live. It was on tape delay. To now it's the 3rd biggest sport behind soccer and cricket in the world. So.
And also basketball, I think it's not just when you make it to the NBA or whatever. They take in concept your whole entire career.
Right.
So it's like college. I mean, football is not like that. You can be a Heisman Trophy winner and be just a regular mediocre star in NFL. You ain't gonna be a Hall of Famer. But if you ball out for 4 years at Duke or someplace and then you get you a couple All-Star appearances, you're going to the Hall of Fame.
Well, they have a college football Hall of Fame, and in basketball, it's just the Naismith Hall of Fame. Plus, they let women in, which I commend because it's like women are out here balling too. You know what I'm saying? Like they deserve their spots in the Hall of Fame too. Like what Lisa Leslie doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, Cynthia Cooper doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Miller.
Right.
For allowing you to do a female mic player too. I just saw that today. That was kind of dope.
I feel like the NBA. Some people will say, oh, well, you don't have to be as great. But I feel like they're light years ahead of the other leagues. Like baseball's trash. Like how Barry Bonds not gonna be in the Hall of Fame? Baseball fucked up. And if it wasn't for even if Barry Bonds did take steroids, if it wasn't for Barry Bonds taking steroids, Mark McGwire taking steroids, Sammy Sosa taking steroids, baseball might have disappeared because baseball had that strike in '94 and nobody was watching baseball. Nobody wanted to watch baseball. And then all of a sudden these people started hitting home runs and knocking shit out the park, and now everybody wants to watch baseball again. Now it's must see TV. Now you got to watch baseball. Right. And so
I definitely tuned in to the Mark McGwire. Right. Home run battle.
Everybody was watching baseball when Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds and them was hitting home runs. So how are you going to say that somebody who was already a Hall of Famer before steroids isn't going to get in the Hall of Fame? Baseball has had scandals over the years. Like they say Babe Ruth was an alcoholic. He was drinking before games and was probably doing cocaine. Then they did methamphetamines for 30 years. They got all kinds of scandals like the Black Sox scandals or people shaving games or Pete Rose or, the cocaine in the 80s. I mean, every decade in baseball.
Pine sap on the bats.
Right. Pine tar on the hats. Baseball has been stealing signs. Baseball has been cheating since its inception. It is the dirtiest sport of all the sports. But yet everybody gets in the Hall of Fame but Barry Bonds. Come on, man. You gotta take all those racists out. They wouldn't let black people play baseball.
Roger Clemens ain't in there either, though.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm saying they all deserve to be in. Everybody in that era deserves to be in because you guys didn't punish anybody from any other era that cheated. You know? So I think that's trash for like their Hall of Fame, you know?
To switch back, I don't know if you were gonna go back to it because it kind of.
Oh, I was gonna go back talking the Suns.
Yeah, so I was kind of like went a different direction.
That's what I was gonna say right now. All right,
I was gonna get it.
All right, so what do you think about the Suns, Ricky?
Well, I think it's a good look, man. With Ayton over there, CP3 doing the pick and roll. Still got that boy Devin Booker, man. So I think Suns. You say top 3, I give him. I mean,
top 4. Top 4.
You say top 4, I give him top 3. I think they'll come behind the Lakers and possibly the Clippers, or they might take that number 2 spot because I fought with Devin Booker, and I know how Chris Paul just took the OKC Thunder to the motherfucking goddamn.
Who called it?
To the playoffs.
Who called it?
He just took them and that he willed them there, right? Because I mean. Him and Dylan, I like Schroeder. Speaking of Schroeder, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I like that team, man. I really do. I like that team with Ayton and Chris Paul running that pick and pop and got that sharpshooter over there in that 3 ball. He not gonna miss. So I like the team. We're gonna see what else they add to it. But those 3, that's a nice little trio.
I just I gotta go with the Lakers, the Clippers, and Golden State, and then maybe Phoenix slides in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you got either Golden State or maybe like a Denver. You know, because Denver's just still going to get better because they're still young. They're still going to get better.
I honestly think Denver's time is up already.
Oh no, Michael Porter Jr. about to be getting it in next year. I mean, what you think?
Is MPJ your star player for them?
No, I'm just saying he's going to get better. So if you're looking at their roster now, they've got a good roster, and then he's going to step in. And he's going to have a probably an outstanding season next year too. So
I think so too. I think he's definitely going to be most improved next year. I will call it that one, and I think he's going to probably be in the starting lineup.
And him, Joker, and freaking Murray. I just think that's just sick.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Murray continue to elevate. But I know the Suns went motherfucking 8-0. And motherfucking the COVID combine.
Yeah, and then I know Chris Paul, point guard in the building.
Yeah, point guard in the building.
Right.
So I would love. And I honestly you just reminded me of Golden State. I don't know what to think of Golden State anymore right now. I don't know. We have to see. It's the same squad, and then
right. I mean, they got Draymond. You know what I'm saying? And they got Steph. But seriously, I mean, you know, I feel like they're at least a top 4 team with Wiggins taking over for Durant if everybody comes back healthy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like it. I mean, the top 5 I think is a shakeup. Because I'm putting Phoenix somewhere within those ranks.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that team.
I got Cleveland. Like I said, I got Cleveland behind the Cali teams.
And do you think the Cali team? You think the Lippers? You think they're gonna do all right?
Yeah, I think.
You think they're gonna come back or you think PG gonna come back as pandemic PG?
I think they'll be all right. I mean, they had injury issues, and I mean, I think that they'll be all right. I think that they were one of the teams that taking the break hurt because they were finally getting their chemistry going and they were finally getting moving before the break, and then they take this break and
that's their dumbass fault. Trump want to sit their ass down.
I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that I think that they're one of the teams that the bubble hurt versus, or not the bubble hurt, but that break hurt. It is what it is. I'm not making excuses for them. I don't play for the team, so I'm a Bulls fan. So you know what I'm saying. But I feel like that break, that layover hurt them.
So I live in Arizona, and a lot of people here are saying that they paid too much for Chris Paul. What do you guys think about that?
Hell no. Not if
nobody's really gonna fucking come to Phoenix, Arizona. Right. Like, so you gotta spend that money on somebody. Like, only person you paying right now is fucking goddamn on Booker.
Yeah, well, they're mad about losing Oubre in the first.
Okay.
Like the other three players is like whatever, but the main things they're mad about is losing Oubre and losing that first round pick.
Well, here's the thing.
I am gonna say that first round pick is a little out there for Chris Paul, especially the contract that he's getting.
Nah, fuck that. Here's why.
Let me tell you. Can I explain my own side first?
I was about to say something. You cut me off to start. This is
okay. Sorry. Go.
This is what I was gonna say. It's not a big price to play because Devin Booker was gonna win out if they don't start winning. So you keep Kelly Oubre, and if you don't win, you keep that draft pick and you don't win, Devin Booker's gonna demand a trade. If you get Chris Paul and you make the playoffs, now Devin Booker wants to stay in Phoenix. So that trade basically was to keep the future of your team happy and satisfied and start winning some games. And that's why it was worth it.
I don't know when Booker contract is up, but Chris Paul is pushing up there in age, bro.
Yeah, he's like 33 or something.
Well,
nah, he's older than that.
Out that he was like very excited about the trade.
He older than that because he older than LeBron. LeBron 35, 36.
Chris Paul came out after LeBron did, 2 years after he did.
But then Chris Paul to go to college?
1 year.
So
maybe he's 34. But still, you can play until you're 38, 39. And it's not like Chris Paul's playing at a bad level. So I feel like he's 35. So, yeah. But I feel like Chris Paul going to the team is going to teach Devin Booker how to win. And it gives, like I said, it makes them go from a fringe borderline 8 seed to, you just said they were a 3 seed in your eyes. So Chris Paul trading Oubre in a first round pick takes them from being a team that might not bank the playoffs to a third round pick. I mean, to a third seed.
I look at it like this, though, with Chris Paul's contract and the money and that first round pick. Chris Paul, 35 is old as fuck. Yeah, let's not forget that in basketball, 35 is fucking old as fuck. Like, he can fall off that cliff anytime and they start talk about that age. Like, these dudes that's playing right now, this is unheard of. So to lose a first round pick, especially when you know you're gonna get a decent pick, you're probably gonna be somewhere near the lottery, those top 15. That's what I say. I would not have maybe a second round pick, but not a first for Chris Paul and all the rest of those guys like Kelly Oubre and all that. I do agree it was a lot, but I do like the fucking idea that he did it. But I do agree that's a lot.
I mean, sometimes you got to give up. If you want to see results, sometimes you got to give up, Like, because I feel like if you're Oklahoma City and you just get Kelly Oubre in a second round pick, I don't feel like that's enough for Chris Paul. So
they got other players.
Because they get
that was just the main part of it.
Them other players were just all right players, man. It's not like they got these hidden gems, Like, who did they get?
Well, Leck has potential.
Okay, who else?
I'm another one.
Exactly. So if you can't think of the players' names off the top of your head, then it's for Chris Paul. It's not where. I mean, Kelly Oubre is okay, but he's not nowhere near Chris Paul's league. So now you have to give. If you want to win these games and you want Chris Paul, you got to give something up to get him. Otherwise, Oklahoma City's not making that trade. It just is what it is. Nobody got robbed. That was a good trade for both teams.
Okay, I know people here are hot, but. Same time, I'm like shit.
Well, I'm
reading Yahoo Sports now. It says,
"Let me get in the stadium."
Yeah, like I said to you earlier, people in Phoenix are like y'all are like the Florida of the West. Y'all don't believe in Martin Luther King Day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get Martin Luther King Day. Y'all don't believe in daylight saving. Y'all just voted in Biden, but y'all don't believe in Martin Luther King Day. Y'all know what the fuck y'all want to do in fucking Arizona. Y'all just living, I guess.
We got it. Hey, we trying, bro.
The Florida of the West.
The West is gonna be fucking insane next year. I forgot anything about Utah. They still got Utah over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what this new look New Orleans Pelicans do with Zion coming back. They look good when Zion played.
Yeah, but they just
you got an NBA draft tomorrow too.
Right.
Maybe today. I don't know when you're gonna upload, but
I'll upload tomorrow. Because I got
Hey, you got NBA draft tonight, man. Where's LaMelo going?
They said Golden State worked out with both of them, so I don't know.
With LaMelo and with who? With Wiseman?
Wiseman, yeah. Golden State worked out with both of them.
I just don't know why Golden State doesn't draft Wiseman. I just don't understand.
That was the last one. He just worked out with him, so we'll see. I think if LaMelo go first, they're gonna get Wiseman. They're in a perfect situation. They ain't really got to choose,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So whoever's left, I got the other one.
I like your boy from I don't know. I can't think of his name right now. Your boy from Georgia.
I follow that dude from
high school.
High school, yeah. Dude's a beast, bro.
That's one dope thing about living in like Atlanta is like you get to see these athletes when they're young, and then all of a sudden, you know, like they grow up and like you're like, wow, this nigga's about to be the third pick in the motherfucking draft. I've been watching. And
he went to Georgia and act the fucking ass too.
Right. Went to high school right down the road and shit. Like when I grew up in Omaha. You didn't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there might be one person every 10 years that makes it to the pros. Here, it's like every year you seeing all kinds of shit. Hey, and I gotta say something. I gotta rep for Georgia real quick. Georgia gets a bum rap because it's like Atlanta. You know they lost. They call them chokers. The Falcons lost, they call them chokers. The Braves lost, they call them chokers. But don't nobody want to give Atlanta props for MLS when they won the Soccer World Championship. Don't nobody want to give
wasn't paying that shit no attention. That's why.
Don't nobody want to give Atlanta props when they just won the NASCAR. The driver just won the NASCAR from Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
So NASCAR.
I'm just saying.
This dude is doing. You are reaching right now.
No.
You're making yourself look bad.
Listen. What I'm saying is that it's not like everybody in Atlanta's a loser. You know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody in Georgia's a loser. Just the bum-ass football team, the bum-ass basketball team. Anthony Edwards, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, like, don't nobody want to give Georgia their props. And I'm not from Georgia, so I'm just saying I see this stuff, though. Don't nobody want to give Georgia their props.
Only people that know y'all won the fucking MLS is the motherfuckers that stay there. That's it. Well, the only person know about that NASCAR driver are y'all.
Well, you know NASCAR is popular as fuck.
Sure, for NASCAR.
But NASCAR is popular as fuck. I don't even watch NASCAR. I only know because I live here. But NASCAR is popular. It's more popular than baseball right now.
I mean, I live down the street from a track, and I don't know where it's at.
Bro, I stayed like real close to Darlington International Speedway. I have no idea when them motherfuckers in town.
That's because y'all.
I live so close to a track that they paint the crossroads, the checkered flag when there's an event here, and I still don't know where the track is at.
Well, that's because your pigmentation, darkness. Darkness is.
I love it,
but it's like 30 minutes away.
Darkness is.
Bring up pigmentation and shit, man. This motherfucker, bro.
Barely see his old. He goddamn invisible over there. All that damn light. Can't see his ass.
Hey, man, you're not gonna do me like that.
So how about them Cardinals though?
How about those Lakers? Let's talk about that.
Nah, bro, I changed sports already. I said Cardinals. I said football.
Before we go to football,
you want to talk about Schroeder and the impact?
All I want to say is repeat. Now let's talk about the Cardinals.
Repeat already. Are y'all getting DeMar?
Hey, I just got a basically an endorsement or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's sending me some software and they want me to become a reviewer for all their software. Hey, I just got that right now. Hey,
rock that Jerky XP with your boy though. And what else? I got all kinds of shit, man. Jerky XP, So Sick Clothing. We'll talk about it over here.
Right. Merch, you know what I'm saying? Merch.
All kinds of merch.
Right. Get it. You know what I'm saying? MIDI friends, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing music, you know, mess with some MIDI friend, you know, promo code something. Get yourself 10% off.
All motherfuckers are off topic right now.
Orb Synth, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You wanted to talk about DeMar DeRozan? Is that what you said?
Oh nah.
Dennis Schroeder.
We ain't gonna get him. I don't want him. He'll be.
You said you don't want DeMar?
Nah, we got Dennis Schroeder. It's like DeMar he's pointless now.
The thing that would be dope about if y'all would have got DeMar though would have been LeBron could rest a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because DeMar and
Dennis.
Well, not this. DeMar is better than Dennis. So like if you got like DeMar, bruh, we're not even gonna sit up here and act like Dennis Schroeder is on the same level as DeMar DeRozan. He's definitely a step down.
Like
What's that?
I like that for right now. I mean, DeMar, he's the mid-range guru, but we need somebody that can put the ball in the bucket from the three. We need somebody that can break down that defense and get open. I guess we need another creator. And
DeMar can get his own shot. Like think about
I look at it like Schroeder just extends the line, extends the floor just a little bit more for AD and LeBron. DeMar DeRozan, he does nothing outside of 20 feet, bro.
But DeMar, the thing about the difference between DeMar and Dennis Schroeder is that you can rest LeBron 15, 20 games, and DeMar DeRozan and Anthony Davis can still keep you in the 1 seed. Dennis Schroeder and Anthony Davis can't keep you in the 1 seed. And don't even
That's what Anthony Davis need to be
Anthony Davis couldn't even get to the playoffs barely with Drew Holiday. So don't sit up here and Drew Holiday's better than Dennis Schroeder. So don't make it seem like Dennis Schroeder and Anthony Davis is going to be wrecking shop. They need LeBron still to hold it down in order for that team to wreck shop.
Duh. Everybody knew that, but I'm just saying I would prefer Dennis Schroeder on that team over DeRozan for the simple fact that he opens up more for the other people. So, and then we kept who on that trade, Dennis Schroeder, who they took? They took they're just like it was a draft pick, wasn't it?
I don't know who the fuck they took. Some scrubs.
I know. DeMar DeRozan was going for like Kuzma, a first rounder, and something else.
Yeah, but y'all should have pulled that one because think about it. If y'all trade and y'all get DeRozan, it's not like you don't necessarily need DeMar to be on the 3-point line. Y'all had Rondo, so it's like DeMar can just fill in for Rondo.
Rondo want to get paid.
That's what I'm saying is that DeMar can just fill in for Rondo on the court. LeBron's still running the point, so it's not like you need DeMar. I mean, DeMar can do more for you. You know, he's a bigger body. He can guard more positions than Rondo can. I'm not saying he's a better defender, but he can guard more positions than Rondo can. He can just do more for you than a player like Rondo can do. And if y'all just want to chip with Rondo, you're adding DeMar. DeMar can do so much. He can do so much more for you than Rondo could have done for you. And he would have just filled his spot on the court because LeBron's still playing point.
I completely disagree. I think Rondo played a huge role on that game, on that team, and nobody could do what he did. Like his intelligence of basketball and the way he played the game is way different than anybody else. Like, so he might not score this right here, but him setting up, telling everybody what to do, like that's big, especially for your point guard on the court. He didn't need to score like that. He just scored when he needed to.
I mean, he's the point guard, yes, but he's not the point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like
when he was in the game, he was running point, bro.
Not the whole time. Ron was running a lot of that point.
What else you gonna put him at shooting guard?
He was just out in the. Okay, he was in the position. Okay, because I do always say that if you're lined up in the play point guard, you're the point guard. But LeBron was mainly the ball handler, the primary ball handler.
Me watching it, I disagree. But
I watched it too.
If you see something different, that is what it is. But I seen when he was on the court, he was navigating the court. That's what Rondo, go here, do this, do that, boom, pass, boom. Like that's what a point guard, like original. I mean, he's an authentic point guard, and he knows the game. He played a big role in that.
Are we seriously going to sit here and act like LeBron wasn't the main ball handler for the Lakers? Is that what we're doing now?
I say that LeBron did not. I said when he was in the game, my G. LeBron was the point guard before, like, Rondo came off the bench, remember?
Yeah, but they played at the same time.
And LeBron stepped off the ball. Go check the game tape, bro.
Are you starting Schroeder then or Rondo?
Rondo's probably.
You know if Rondo gonna be there, so I can't even say right now. Like Rondo, he only had a year contract. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what he's finna do. He a free agent.
Yo, you know what I think is funny about Rondo is that Rondo hated on Ray Allen for going to play with LeBron in Houston, and then this motherfucker went and played for Boston's biggest rival, and he went to go play with LeBron at the end of his career.
I think that's a little different.
No, it's the same shit.
Nah, them motherfuckers, like, they was on their little ride. They thought it was champions. And they ain't even like that dude, man. Why the fuck would I stay? I wouldn't stay with y'all if I don't like y'all either. Fuck it.
Yeah, the only reason it's different is because it's Rondo making the decision for himself versus Ray Allen making the decision for himself. That's the only reason it's different. It's not really. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. You did the same shit. It may have been a few years later, but dude, you can't be mad at a motherfucker who's 38, 39 years old who wants to go play in Miami. Where would you rather live, Boston or fucking Miami?
They didn't get along. That's the crazy part about it. So,
well, Ray Allen didn't have a problem with those dudes. So
they didn't know. Rondo and Ray didn't fuck with each other.
Right. But the whole team excommunicated fucking Ray Allen because of that whole fucking situation. That's bullshit. Except for kind of Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce kind of plays like the middleman. You know, he's like the middleman there.
Yeah, Garnett and fucking Rondo don't fuck with him at all.
Right. That shit's some bullshit.
So I'm just gonna bring it back. If you go to the poll, what if the star player is like a DeRozan type of career?
He traveling now, so he is that star player.
but DeRozan has to win a ring because I don't see DeRozan as a Hall of Famer right now. So he would be that
if he were to get a ring at some point down the line here.
So would you rather be DeMar DeRozan or Tracy McGrady? I'd rather be Tracy McGrady.
How you gonna use my favorite player, bro?
I'm just saying.
Hey, DeMar DeRozan or Vince Carter?
Vince Carter's fringe Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he's Hall of Fame.
He might be in. He might not. He doesn't have the All NBA appearances. He might get in. Because
he got a lot of All-Star appearance. He got a lot of All-Star appearances. He got that dunk contest. Probably
right. I was gonna say if Vince Carter gets in, it's because of the Olympics, dunk contest. He gets in because of shit that's outside of necessarily being the best player in the league. Because he was never the best shooting guard in the league. You know, he was always behind Kobe.
He was up there though.
But he was always behind Kobe, Allen Iverson, Jordan when Jordan was still playing. When T-Mac left Orlando, T-Mac was better than him. So he was never.
But the thing is, he was always up there. Always. He was always up there. Talked about top 3 person in the league for a long time.
Vince Carter was never a top 3 player in the league. Yeah.
Top 5 at shooting guard, probably.
Maybe at shooting guard, but not players in the league.
I don't know. I'd have to.
He was never better than Kobe. He was never better than Shaq. He was never better than Tim Duncan. He was never you know what I'm saying? I can do this for a while. He was never better than Dirk. He was never better than Kevin Garnett. He was never better than McGrady. He was never better than Iverson. I mean, he wasn't better than Jason Kidd at that point in their career. So, I mean, he was never really talked about.
He played with Jason Kidd. He was the number 1 on the team.
Jason Kidd was still the best player on the team. Bruh.
Give me Kidd on that one.
Bruh.
Hey, what?
Jason Kidd was like number 2 and number 3 in MVP voting every year. Vince Carter was never number 1, number 2, number 3 in the MVP voting. Go look at the MVP voting, the MVP shares. That team went to the finals before fucking Vince Carter got there because of Jason Kidd. Then they just traded everybody else away and put Vince Carter. And that team was... What happened when Jason Kidd left? That team went down the shitter.
That's Jason Kidd, another point guard, though. Like, he's one of the people that he wins just because he knows he's intelligent on the court.
Because he could play defense. He set players up. But his defense was all world. All world. You know? So... All right. Let's go ahead and hit up some football. You know, I know it's football season and we ain't even talked about near not a football yet because we got free agency going. I guess the first topic was all inclusive to all sports. You know, what would you rather be? I mean, football season is popping.
Football season.
We was talking all that shit about Russ. We was talking all that shit about Russ and what's happening. Fucking Aaron Rodgers has come out of nowhere to come chase down Patrick Mahomes in the MVP race. Y'all seen Aaron Rodgers' numbers? They're fucking retarded.
Ridiculous. He got one interception?
Like 2, I think.
2 now because he had
27 touchdowns or something and 2 interceptions. Jesus.
Crazy.
All right.
He threw 2 in the same game. That's the fucked up part about it.
Aaron out here doing his thing.
They was talking all that shit. We get another season by him and them drafting that quarterback.
Right. And it's not.
Jordan Love is a whole afterthought out here.
Right.
Whole afterthought. They don't even think about that motherfucker no more.
Devontae Adams out here beasting up.
Devontae such
we can't. I'm sorry. We cannot talk about a beast mode unless we talk about D-Hop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Motherfucking league.
Yeah, yo, that might be the greatest catch in the history of the NFL. I don't care what nobody says.
Bro, it was 3 of them.
3 of them. And he snatched the ball out of their hands. It may not have been a one-handed catch, but it was a 50-yard Hail Mary in triple coverage. You got to give Kyler Murray his props, too, for scrambling and getting out in the pocket and dropping the dime, too.
Fucking Kyler's tweet, bro. Just shit. Hop down there somewhere.
Right.
That's it, bro. Like, that dude. But I said that's been my number one wide receiver for the past couple of years. So
I mean, I'm not gonna argue that.
Past couple of years.
I think because we debated this a little bit last year, and I was like, Antonio.
Julio.
Well, no, I said Antonio Brown was better than Julio until he had until he lost his mind. You know what I'm saying? But because Antonio Brown's numbers are just, gaudy. You could argue.
I mean, Ben gave him fucking 100 plus targets a year.
But that motherfucker caught everything. It didn't matter where Ben put the ball, and it's not like he's big.
My man D Hop caught the ball with Tom Savage. Fuck it.
Tom Savage and all the rest of them bum ass quarterbacks.
Matt Shaw,
Brock Osweiler.
He made them. He caught passes with them. Had 1,000-yard season. So I'm cool. I've been knew what that man was.
He was number 2 on my list. You know what I'm saying? And but now obviously I think he's number 1. And after last season, I would have thought he was number 1 too. I just, it's hard for me to argue against Antonio Brown because Antonio Brown could play every receiver position. AB was catching balls, double, triple coverage. He's not the biggest receiver, and it doesn't matter who's on him, he's going to catch it. So it was route running.
Like little people, that's what it is.
Game was on fire, bro.
What you trying to say, man? What you trying to say? Yo, you're not gonna do me today. First y'all tried to call me frail in the last podcast. I ain't gonna forget about that shit, Jay. That shit wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a little person. I got you. Y'all act like I'm fine.
AB, he's played pretty well Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always a baller. It was just that everything else, you know. Like, if you put him on the field, he gonna ball out. It was just everything off the field.
I hope it's humbled him. I hope all this shit has humbled him.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope so, because he's a great baller. You know what I'm saying? I want him to go out like T.O.
I don't know, man. What's worse, man? Doing sit-ups in your driveway or getting head in your gym from a porn star?
I can't say getting head in the gym porn. I'm like, damn, dude, that's what's up.
I'm just saying.
So the sit-up, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna answer that. I plead the fifth.
So we know your answer.
Oh, bro. This motherfucker is dumb as hell, bro. Oh my god! I just throwing shit out there.
Damn, that just fucked me up. I had a thought in my head.
Right.
I had a whole next topic to talk about.
You took the conversation to left field. We won't even know what we want to talk about no more. Look.
Oh, well, I was gonna say that AB. I would always win AB anyway, like back then, because I'm very big on precision and like smart players rather than just raw athleticism. So I always had AB number 1. But then, like you said, he started doing everything, but it was just like after that. I mean, the debate from there is between Julio and D Hop, and it's like. D-Hop
can do everything though. Like, he can run routes. He ain't the fastest players. He's running pretty nice routes.
Right.
Well, he's a complete wide receiver. But who thought that it was gonna be
that last year in Houston where they started putting him in a slot where he showed that he could just really do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, put me where you want. So
right, put me anywhere. I'm gonna get open.
But I want to ask, but when they got drafted, because we're talking about these 2 Clemson wide receivers. Who thought D-Hop was going to be what he is over Sammy Watkins?
Sammy Watkins is just so injury prone, man. He can't stay healthy.
Right, because he's still ball. Like, when he's healthy, he's a fucking great receiver. Right. I don't know about great, but he's probably a number 2. Like he is a number 2 now, but he would be a number 2, borderline number 1, depending on the team.
Right.
Sammy Watkins, when healthy,
he just can't stay healthy, and he keeps recovering, but then it's something different, something new.
He don't got the same injuries. He have different injuries every fucking time.
So we're on the countdown. We're probably at the limit anyway. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna hit our This Ninjas. I know it's a few weeks old. I got a reoccurring This Ninja that loves to show up on my This Ninja. So let's go ahead and give it up for number 45.
Right. I knew I was gonna give it to him too. Damn it!
for not conceding. For not conceding and continuing to go on Twitter and getting right, and then Twitter be like, "You're just whatever. This is not." Twitter just be killing him, dude. Like he'll make a comment, Twitter be like, "That's a lie." You know what I'm saying? Like that is not.
That shit is so funny, bro.
And it's every tweet, dude. It is so funny. That might be the funniest thing that I can remember happening with like a president. It's like every time you say something, Twitter be like, "Fact check. That is not." Coincide with the evidence. Right. Every single thing. Everything.
Hold on, he said, "Oh shit."
You know what I thought about, bro? This is what I really wanted to ask this question, but I know we late now. I wanted to ask about that Clemson situation with Trevor coming back. How y'all feel about it? If they lost to Notre Dame, you think they're gonna get back to the playoffs?
Yeah, I think you gotta let them back in the playoffs. I don't feel like they lose that game without Trevor Lawrence.
That's true. I think it was a blowout. They would have, but yeah. I wanted to talk about that, but it's clear. My This Ninja, it's funny because I was looking at on Facebook and they had one of those memes that had AD. They said AD first year with the Lakers, they had him with this championship, the championship kissing it. And then they had your boy PG with his PlayStation 5 kissing that. He said his first year with the Clippers, they got him kissing the PlayStation 5.
I seen that.
PG 13, you are my fucking This Ninja for that.
That's funny.
I thought it was funny as hell.
That's funny.
Can I do 2? Because I want to piggyback on what
go ahead.
What Ricky just said. So I want to give 1 to all the dumbasses, all of y'all, every single one of y'all dumbasses that feel like Trevor Lawrence should sit out on the Jets. Like, do you guys not understand that best player, worst team every year? Even if he sits out, best player, worst team. So whoever's trash next year, that's who he gonna get. You know, like you can sit out if you want to, but you're still gonna go to a trash team next year.
With that being said, Dallas is in the running for the number 1.
Not really.
I think Nick said we got like a 60% chance.
The Jets have to win 2 games. We're not in the running for the number 1 pick. Who the Jets gonna beat?
We gotta win more games. I said win the running. I ain't say we got it right now.
No, there is no running.
The Jets is 71% chance to get it.
The Jets. Have you seen the Jets? The Jets schedule, I believe, is like. Don't they play like the AFC West still? They're not beating anybody in their division. They're not beating Miami. They're not beating Buffalo. They're not beating New England. They have to play all 3 of them teams again.
Hey, Tua out there looking good too. But the Jets are going to be a trap game for somebody. If they can work themselves up to be a trap game for somebody, then they'll be.
Then they play that last game when everybody's sitting out. 2 games, bro. That's all we need. Need 2 games.
Who's your other This Ninja?
My other This Ninja, I want to give it to the fucking Los Angeles Chargers because they are 2-7, and they have lost. I believe they lost all 7 games by less than 7 points. And I really don't know who you want to blame that on, but I'm going to put it on the whole Chargers being the Chargers like they've always been. And
doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
The Steelers won all their games within like 7 points, some shit like that. So
right.
They said like they're 2 opposite teams.
San Diego, LA, you the same fucking Chargers. You still lose in the fourth quarter every fucking time. Doesn't matter. They're both South San Diego. They're both Southern Cal. I'm from San Diego. I've seen the Chargers do this forever. It doesn't matter if it's Phillip Rivers, Justin Herbert, Tyrod Taylor.
Oakland doing good though.
You said what?
Oakland doing good.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
No, Las Vegas. I'm sorry.
That was me last year with the Los Angeles Chargers. Remember, I could never.
I'm probably
going
to continue to do it.
Yeah, that was.
I see black and gold. I think Oakland.
Yeah, and it sucks because I want to like Anthony Lynn, but I'm like, damn, bro, just
right.
Man. It's somebody's fault, you know.
We got some time for me to get one more this ninja.
You gotta hurry. You got like 30 seconds.
All right. So my this ninja is going to the NFL. Y'all heard about the how they're giving people a complimentary 3rd round pick if they hire a black coach?
Oh, it's trash. I mean, it's cool, but it's
black
trash.
GM.
It goes to.
But it shouldn't have to go to that.
Right. It's cool, but it's trash.
I developed the coach.
Yeah, they said and develop and hire him as a head coach or GM.
Like if he was like an assistant coach for Washington and then he gets hired as a head coach for Jacksonville, then Washington would get the 3rd.
All right. Well, that's trash. But that's
finding people though. Like they took 3rd round picks for COVID for not wearing masks and shit.
We gotta go. I gotta post this YouTube video. I told you at 5. I pushed. That's why we did this in early. It's about that. I gotta get this going. I told you. We ran a little longer than we normally do anyway. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, almost. Podcast today. So appreciate.
I actually like y'all. You kick us off, man.
Yeah, man, well, yeah, I know. I got to. Well, I appreciate the time that y'all gave us today. Make sure that you guys jump into the group. Link in the description. Follow the page. Link in the description. Merch. Link in the description. Follow my guy Hijack Gaming on Twitch and YouTube. Follow me. Something. Hit the keys here on YouTube. Appreciate the time today from people. Signing out. Say peace out to the people. Hijack.
Laters. We next gen on Twitch. Let's get it.
Say peace out to the people, Ricky. All right. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Ricky ain't got no voice.
Muted.